Join us here from the South Prairie-Max Royals for our coaches conversation here ahead of the Optimist Volleyball Series is Katurah Schwarzrock. And for you here, Katurah, just to be nominated and more importantly, having a chance to coach in an all-star game like this. The Royals have been knocking on the door with really good seasons last couple years in North Dakota. You've seen some really good talent from that particular program. Just what does it mean to kind of put a bow on the 2024-25 year with this, particular Optimist Volleyball Series?
It just means a lot. I mean, honestly, it's really such a big honor to be able to end up where we ended. I mean, we play some against some great teams. I've coached against some amazing coaches who have been doing this for decades before I started playing volleyball. And so to be able to step in and to be nominated for coach of the year and stuff like that, like it was just a huge, like it was mind blowing because I just felt like there were so many other candidates who were just as well deserving. And to be able to just kind of give back a little bit and make some connections with these girls. Even though I saw some of them and some of our A class A, so I didn't see some of them, but just to see that and to give back and to give them be able to provide them a kind of experience too, I think is just so huge. So I'm just super honored to be able to be a part of it, all of it.
And to have a fellow royal with you with Trader there, obviously, someone I'm sure in that region, they're glad that she's graduated, trying to block her or trying to find different ways to try to minimize her ability to touch the ball. But just talk about what it means to have a fellow royal with you going out one more time.
It's great. I coached Ajaya since she was in eighth grade, and so just to kind of wrap up the season, to wrap up her career in high school, she's going to be playing at Minot State University next year. Is just it's just a big honor. It's just been so fun to watch her grow and her confidence to grow and just her skills. And we've just built a great relationship over the last 5 years, and so it's going to be a bittersweet for sure to know that this is it. Like I nice to say I can coach her overtime, but it is bittersweet to say that this will be the last time.
From a South Prairie Max perspective here, just have you seen the program just kind of grow during your tenure, but also to where it was having an opportunity to play in a state championship game, making its way through, maybe not being that team that people were kind of wondering about, but maybe you had more of the bullseye on your back throughout the latter couple of years with some really good athletes. So just how has, from a South Prairie Royal perspective, just how has everything kind of, changed the last 4 or 5 years from your point of view?
I mean, I think it's every coach's, goal. It's every team's goal, hopefully, to make it to state tournament. And then it's like kind of like the cherry on top. Like, what if we can make the championship? What if we could do that? I remember the first year I was head coach. I took the girls to, or I took a bunch of my girls to state. We just had a bus. State was in Bismarck, and I was like, let's just go watch. Like, let's just go see what you guys want to do. And I think that really helped them kind of put a fire. Like, if it was great volleyball. It always is. And they were just really understood, like, if we want to get there, we've got to put the work in. And they did. And they didn't let up. They wanted to get better. They've to see their growth and love for the sport. Really, as a coach, for me, I think that's the biggest reward. Even I tell them all the time, I'm like, I would take a group of girls, a team that isn't great, but just has hearts and attitudes that just want to play and get better and are they're each other's biggest teammates. And I got that, and I got a great team on top of it. And so I told them, I was like, I was so lucky to be their coach and to just see them change the attitude of, not that the attitude towards volleyball was bad at school, but it was, we were the underdogs for so long. And so to see that really rise up, really have students come out for games and, to be the target for other people was intimidating, but I was like, it's a good thing. It means you are getting better and you're pushing, I tell my seniors every year, like, you are the ones the freshmen and the sophomores are looking to, and the eighth graders and the sixth graders and all of these. So what you do matters. And I think these girls have really taken it to heart. Like I said, I've coached some of them since they were eighth graders and freshmen on varsity, and they have just really taken that and ran with it and said that we're gonna make a program that is something that girls that are gonna come after us will say, I wanted to be like this person, and we got there. So
And sometimes during this time of the year, we would ask students where you heading off to college or what's your next thing in life. But for yourself, Katurah, you're also moving from South Prairie Max to being out in Billings, Montana. So just what's the transition kind of been like for yourself? And then I guess what are you hoping to gain from this experience, going up against some of the best competition for 24 athletes in the state? Obviously having some really good volleyball minds that you can kind of, bounce stuff off of for a couple of days with some practices and matches. But what are you hoping just kind of gain from this experience as you transition from North North Dakota, to Montana moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I tell my when I would talk to my assistants all the time, but like I just want to sit on every coach's huddle. I just want to learn from every single coach out there. Like I said, like at state, I mean, you have some of the best coaches in the state there. And even in our region, we had a pretty tough region with DLB and our Redeemers and stuff. And I was like, I just want to sit in. I want to know what coaches are telling kids. Like, I want to know, are we telling the kids the right thing? And so it'll be just really nice to be with other coaches and have a lot of those discussions. I mean, my assistants and I, we had some great discussions, but it'll just be kind of nice to be outside of that circle a little bit and to not only connect with those coaches and bring my own experience, but like, I'm going to be with coaches who've been coaching a lot longer than I have more experience than I have. And just to see how they interact with the girls and things that they do, they bring to the table that just that make their programs what they are and have brought them to where they're at. And so for me professionally as a coach, that's what I'm looking forward to the most is like, I just give me all of the stuff. Tell me everything that you do because it's clearly working. And I mean, what we've been doing has been working, but you can always learn. And uh, I have not been coaching long enough to say that I know everything, and because I very much don't. And so I'm very much looking forward to learning from these coaches and building those relationships. I think volleyball is so unique in that like we are the coaches and the players. It's really is something, any sport really, but it brings you together and it's something you have in common. And so there's so many talking points and things that you can relate to each other with. And I'm very much looking forward to that.
From a volleyball standpoint too, every sport has its own unique abilities and different ways to get on the court and how you're able to play from the libero to, you're playing back row. Are you really good hitter, really good blocker? But if someone's 10, 11 years old, I know the growth and maturation becomes a lot different every course of the year. But if someone's just getting into volleyball or wanting to have a chance to be a freshman player that wants the opportunity to play on a JV varsity, squad, what would be some words or skill sets that you would like to say, here's where you should start, if you want to continue to develop your career and maybe have a chance to play in an all-star game like this, or if you want to have the ability to maybe play in college someday?
Yeah. I first thing I would say is attitude. Honestly, I think volleyball is very unique in that if you have a player whose attitude is not great or they get frustrated with not even at their teammates, but just with themselves, it's just something that is it really affects the whole team. Like you really can tell. And so that was the big thing we pushed with our program is attitude over anything. Work hard over everything, be positive over everything. The skills will come. A good coach can coach the skills. If you're hardworking, you'll get the skills, but it all starts with that mindset of being a good teammate and being coachable. Like that's where and that's what college coaches are looking for. That's what any coach really is looking for is somebody that they can look to and like I can put them on the floor and I know that they're going to work their absolute hardest, even if they're not the most athletic. So
Final thing for me, and just at the state volleyball tournament, it's a little bit different, right? You're used to playing in certain venues, and you go to the cavernous Fargo Dome where you can literally fly off to Media Row to still save a point and do everything else. What's it like coaching in the Fargo Dome? I've asked some of the girls that have been able to play in the Fargo Dome or the Bismarck Event Center, just a little bit bigger. Every point, you still have an extra second or two to get to a ball where maybe in a normal gym that's already out of bounds and you're moving on to the next point. But what do you tell your team once you got to the Fargo Dome where there is a little bit of extra room to go after something or someone gets a really good dig in the back where a lot of high schools that would hit the ceiling and be bouncing back down where instead it's just almost a solid pass to your setter and you're moving on to that next point.
yeah, that's a great question. I think the big thing at like the Fargo Dome too is you have such big like depth perception because you have so much more areas, like you said, for passing or for running to retrieve a ball or even serving. And the biggest thing we told our girls was trust your own skills. Don't try to, if you're back at the service line, it looks further. You don't have to hit the ball any harder. The distances are the same. So don't go back there and overthink it. Don't dig a ball and overthink it. Chase down every ball. We teach, I mean, every coach is going to tell their girls that, but chase down every ball because you just never know what's going to happen. And I think that was the biggest thing is them just being able to be confident in their abilities and trust themselves and say, all right, I've been playing this sport for a while. We've made it this far. I'm going to trust that my skills are good enough to continue to excel here. And I think that my girls did a really, really great job of that. I mean, we really, I really want to say that we had a great serving game and passing game at the Fargo Dome. And I think a lot of that just has to do with their confidence and honestly for us, there wasn't any pressure. We'd made it. And that was ultimately the goal is to take state, but you go there and you like, we want you to have fun and we want you to play well and have a good attitude. And they just did such a great job. And I think everything else flowed from that.
Well, we'll say it one more time, Coach Schwarzrock. Thanks so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you here at the Optimist Volleyball Series coming up.
Yeah, thanks, Chase. Looking forward to it.
Welcome to the Optimist Volleyball Preview Show here as I've got Addie Klemin joining me from the state championship Bismarck Century team here. And Addie, thanks for joining me and taking the time today.
Yeah, of course.
So walk me through just some of the favorite volleyball memories that you had. Obviously, an incredible state run where your team only lost one set throughout the entire state tournament this year. So take me through just
Mhm.
the favorite memories you've had playing volleyball.
Yeah, I think the group I graduated with, we've played together for so many years. We went to Florida and Arizona for nationals. So I think those are some of our favorite memories from club volleyball. But also just being able to kind of redeem ourselves at state this year, that was a great memory. And yeah, we've always had a super strong bond with this group. I think winning the West region as well was a great memory for us.
Yeah. And talk about, yeah, the bond of just being able to play with a team for many years that starts not just in high school, but sometimes even before then. So take me through when that kind of started for you.
Yeah, so we started around sixth grade with CVC, which is our local club, and it was just usually the same group of girls every year that would end up on the same team. So we all, most of us go to school together too, so that also helped. But yeah, just a super strong group, and we've played together throughout the years.
And then how about just what was this season like? Getting obviously the high of the state tournament, winning that, but just take me through the ups and downs and what it ended up culminating to in the state tournament.
Yeah, I think we definitely went into the season with a different mindset. Last year, state didn't exactly turn out how we wanted it to, so I think we were just hungry for more. We made sure to have patience in the process and just trust that the outcome would be what we wanted. But I think going into the West Region tournament, we lost one game throughout the season, and we were kind of looking for. I don't know, just to prove ourselves again. We had nothing to lose. But yeah, that was really big for us. And then after winning the West region, we knew just thinking back to last year at state that we still had to keep proving ourselves and every game could have been our last. So that was really big for us too.
How big was the coaching staff in developing not only you but your team into to the force that it has become?
Yeah, our coaches, Jamie, Sarah, all the assistants, they are so amazing, and we just know that they care about us so much more as people as well, which is huge. We're not just athletes to them. So over the years, we have created such a strong bond with them, and we know that they support us no matter what. And just them trusting us, I think, really allowed us to perform well too.
And Coach Jamie's coming along to this all-star experience here with
hmm
Optimist Volleyball. So talk about just being under her wing for a couple more games here in a special moment.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I'm so excited to play for her one more time. And I'm also playing with another teammate from Century, so we're really excited to just come back together one more time. But yeah, I love Jamie. She's such a special person.
What are you looking forward to most about just the Optimist Volleyball Series in general? Have you seen it? Have you been around the format before? What are you looking forward to most about getting to play on the court a couple more times for the high school career?
Yeah, I have. I've gone to the Optimist games the past couple years. Loved watching it. It's always so interesting to see Class A, Class B, just a mix of all different schools, all different girls. But yeah, I'm really excited to just meet everyone, play again for Jamie one more time, and just have so much fun because we all love the game so much. And yeah.
How do you expect things to go? Just kind of walking in and meeting some of these players that have been opponents in the past, but then now you get to be friends and bond here for a week this summer.
Yeah, I'm really excited to just get to know more people throughout the state and whether they're playing in college or not, just to build more connections and relationships. I think it'll be really interesting to see some of our opponents that we've played against for years, just to get to know them on a more personal level will be fun too.
Mhm. And what is something that you've just been able to learn about the game of volleyball that can just apply to life in general since you've been around this game for quite a long time?
Yeah, I'm definitely a perfectionist. I am really hard on myself, and sometimes that can get in the way of my performance, but I think it's just giving yourself so much patience and just waiting, again, having patience in the process and knowing that one game, one mistake doesn't define you and that you're so much more than just an athlete.
Yeah, very well said. What are the plans that you've got cooking for this fall, whether it's college or otherwise? What do you have planned for later this year?
Yeah, I'm going to Concordia in Moorhead. I'm going to play there and study biology as well.
And was Concordia just kind of that perfect fit where you're able to keep playing with the volleyball career, but also get into the field you want?
Yeah, it was definitely there was an academic pull for sure. And then just meeting the coaches there, meeting all the staff, touring campus, it felt so right for me. And for my character, I guess, and personality. But yeah, the coaching staff was definitely a big pull. And the distance too. It's not super far away from home, but yeah, I'm super excited. And then I also have Holland, my teammate, coming with me as well. So I'm excited for that.
Wonderful. Well, congrats on being able to continue that career there. Take me through just a couple of like the fun player profile type things here. Pregame, what is your routine? Do you have anything that stands out? A song you gotta listen to? Any superstition? Anything like that?
Yeah, we had a team playlist that we would always listen to before every game, so I'll definitely have to listen to that again. It's always, I mean, the classic like knee pads, shoes, like the order with that and everything, but I feel like too I always do my hair the same, so kind of superstitious, but
Are any of the songs available on the playlist, or is that classified information?
that might be a little bit of a secret, but
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to join me here for a few minutes. We appreciate getting to know you a little bit better, and we're excited to see you out on the court a couple more times this summer. So thanks for joining us.
yeah, thank you.
Join us here from the Kenmare-Bowbells volleyball squad is Ann Stroklund with us, part of the 2025 Optimist Volleyball Player Profile. And for you, just what does it mean to be nominated to an All-Star game like this in North Dakota?
I'm just super excited. My older sister Brenna got to play in this 2 years ago, so it just means a lot that I kind of get to follow in her footsteps and have that experience as well.
How much have you spoken with her about the particular experience and what she gained from it? And how much have you just had the opportunity to speak with her in terms of her memories about the event?
Yeah, she had a really good friend, Carly Klein, playing with her. So she talked about how fun it was and how awesome it was to get to play with new people and all that stuff. And then also she was going to college to play basketball, so it was kind of like a last hurrah volleyball. So it was fun for her.
For you, Ann, having a fellow honker that's going to be on the team that got nominated as well, what does it mean to have two players representing Kenmare-Bowbells in an All-Star game like this across the state?
I think it just speaks to how strong our program is right now. And I think that, I mean, we've had a lot of girls in the past on the alternates list or like on the roster. And I think that just speaks to how hard we work and how much these sports really mean to us. And we even have a girl, Michelle Miller, who's going to be playing in the basketball one. So I think that just overall shows how much we want it. And it's just awesome to have this hard work paying off and to get some recognition.
And for you, when you saw the roster that came out for the girls across A and B here, was there one particular player or someone you're looking forward to getting to know or have on your side of the net for a change?
Well, Jordan Tozer from Thompson and Isabel Kavash from Dickinson Trinity, we constantly play those teams all the time. So it'll just be nice to be able to be on the same team this time. And also, she's not on my team, but Reagan Kettlestrap from Central McLean. We're good friends, and Central McLean plays Kenmare way too much all the time, no matter what sport it is, always in states. So, I mean, that just kind of comes with a theme. So we're opposing each other again. But yeah.
When it comes to volleyball, what's a memory or two that kind of stands out more so than the rest for you?
It's just got to be playing with my sister, just being able to be on the same team as her and going to all of the state tournaments and stuff. And I mean, I would give anything to share a volleyball jersey with her again. So it would just have to be all the memories we made.
Making your way to Lake Region State to continue to play volleyball as well. Just what made Lake Region be the right fit for you moving forward from high school to the collegiate ranks?
It was definitely just like their community there. Like Coach Waddell's so good to me, and all the girls were so welcoming, and they just have like a really good environment that I'm super excited to be a part of.
For you, Anne, is this kind of like a nice stepping stone, if you will, to put a bow on the high school career, but also get ready for college? So, as a volleyball player, what do you hope to gain in these couple of practices and couple of matches before you get, to the college side of things?
Just some more knowledge with playing with different girls, being able to adjust to anything that's thrown at you, and I'm really excited to play for these coaches, so I hope that they can give me some insight as well.
Superstitious, was there anything the team had to do or you had to do before a volleyball match, or like a favorite pregame meal, certain song, anything of that nature come to mind?
This is going to sound really funny, but my junior year, somehow I'm always rushing to be ready on time for the game. So I was trying to hurry up and put my sleeves on, and they're like tight, and I couldn't. And so Lilybeth Santizo, our outside, came over there and she put them on for me. And that game went really well. So we kind of just, every game since then, she would put my sleeves on for me, and we thought it made us play better and it helped me get ready on time. So it was a win win.
Are you going to have a teammate, I guess, or is she going to be joining you for the Optimist Volleyball Series to
Oh,
put the sleeves on here, Ann?
I wish she was. Hopefully, she'll come to the locker room and do it for me.
For just schooling purposes, was there a particular subject you really enjoyed learning about in high school?
It's got to be math, just because our math teachers, she's awesome, Mrs. Herman. She's our favorite. She makes it fun, and math is hard to be fun. But yeah.
When it comes to volleyball, last thing for you, and what's a skill? If you could, go back to a 13, 14-year-old player, someone who's chomping at the bit, what would be some words of advice, but also what's a skill someone should continue to develop, early on in their career?
I would tell them, like, this is a popular answer, but to really just have fun with it. Like, sports are meant to be fun, so enjoy your time while you can, because it goes fast. But also, Coach Rockman, she's our assistant coach. She taught me to be the best teammate that I can be. And so, if that's a skill that someone is gonna gain, I would push to be a good teammate, because that's more important than any talent or volleyball skill that you could ever have.
And thanks so much for your time, and best of luck moving forward at Lake Region State as well, coming up in the fall.
Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. I've got Madison Foster with me from Bismarck and joining us for Optimist Volleyball All-Star Preview Show. Thank you for joining us, Madison, and thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
So just walk us through some of your favorite volleyball memories, whether it is growing up at the younger age or in the high school level. What were some of your favorite volleyball memories?
I'd probably have to say my favorite memory was this last season in high school when we beat Century on Pink Night, just because Century's our biggest rival, and it was just the gym was packed. It was on our home court, and it was Pink Night, so it was for such a good cause, and it's something that our whole school looks up to. So that was pretty memorable.
Yeah, that Bismarck Century team, of course, they didn't lose a whole lot. And there were three Bismarck teams that placed top six in state this year. So just talk about the in-town rivalries and relationships that you have with the other schools.
Yeah, I grew up playing travel with girls from all over the town, so it's just fun playing against them, just knowing that our town is so good at volleyball, and every night there's a game, it's always going to be intense and competitive. So just bringing awareness to all of them, or even if we're just watching from the stands, just realizing that you have to fight for every point because every school is just so good. And just growing up watching them succeed on their own courts, and then when we play against them, it's just always so much fun.
Well, now you get some of those players as your teammates for this series coming up. So what is the most exciting thing about getting to pair up with some of these players now?
I think just having the best of the best come together and play, it's going to be very competitive and super fun. So just getting to know these girls and experiencing it together. And then also seeing how the coaches do their coaching style, because they'll obviously be different. And just seeing how like the West and the Class B girls like to play, because I've never got to play with them or even against them for some of them. So that'll just be fun to learn.
Yeah. What is something that you've learned just over the years as a volleyball player that you can apply to life here that helps you out?
I probably would have to say to put yourself and your team before like you, just knowing that you have to do stuff for your team. So filling their roles and letting everything else kind of flow through, not just prioritizing just yourself, being a team player, because once you're helping everyone else, everything will just come together. So I think just working together as a team and getting along with girls will help me in the future as well.
For sure. And what are some plans you've got coming up for this fall now? Is it whether it's continuing to play volleyball or just to college or otherwise? What is the plan for this fall?
I'll be attending BSc to major in social work. I won't be playing, but I'll still be able to go to the games because I'll be in town, so that'll be nice.
Wonderful. And what made that school the right one for you, you think?
I just wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, so I figured I'd stay home and just close to home, be with my family, and I want to still be with Bismarck High volleyball. So just being close, being able to go to those games and support them. A lot of my friends are staying here, so just being here.
Yeah. Put into words, just being able to suit up one more time and be on this summer all-star team, and just the opportunity that it provides to close out the high school career on a fun note.
I'm so excited. It's such an honor, honestly, to play. Just having one more game to go out, have a bunch of fun, and getting to do it with other girls who it might be their last game too. So just gonna cherish the moment, have lots of fun. That'll be really nice. Have my family come and watch one last time. So it'll be very memorable.
What is something that your coaches have instilled into you, whether it's at the high school level or what you think is to come this summer with the coaches there? What is something that you have picked up from sage advice?
Over the years, I had to be a leader. My freshman, sophomore year, I was kind of a little shy, so I had to get out of my shell. So I think just carrying that over to the All-Stars, being open, talking to a bunch of girls, forming a bunch of connections. So yeah, just trying to be a leader on the court, on the bench, wherever I am.
Definitely. And then just take us through a couple more of like the player profile type questions here. So, did you have any routines or superstitions or specific stuff that you had to go through for each match to prepare, or was it just a pretty normal day in the life of Madison Foster?
Personally myself, I didn't have anything crazy, but in the locker room before our games, we would count down from 3 and we would all scream really loud. And then we also would put finger tape on our ring finger just to have that championship ring, even if it's not there, but just having that mindset.
For sure. Well, thank you for taking a little bit of time to just let us know a little bit about you. And we are looking forward to seeing you back on the court a couple more times this summer. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
That's Madison Foster joining us from Bismarck on the Optimist Volleyball All-Star Preview Show. Welcome to another Optimist Volleyball All-Star interview. I've got the Senior Athlete of the Year for volleyball with me, Alexa Killoran. Thank you for joining me for a few minutes.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So start just by telling me some of your favorite volleyball memories, whether it was at the beginning, just growing up around the game, or at the varsity level with the success you've had there.
I would say for school ball, some of my favorite memories have to be on the bus rides. I know this year they've moved class to different class systems, so now there's class A and I think double A from my understanding, and so they won't be able to drive to Devil's Lake. Well, that's where some of my favorite memories have been made, spending those couple hours together on the bus rides, the fun games, and all the long chats we have. I would say that's definitely. I've grown really close with a lot of my teammates for those bus rides.
Yeah, for sure. And just speak to some of your teammates that you've been able to enjoy being with them throughout the years, and now getting to even take one to this series as well.
Yes, I'm so excited to play with Maya one last time. I've played with Maya for, I think, like 6 years now. I'm pretty sure our first team together was on like seventh or eighth grade volleyball, and it's been so fun to be able to play with her. And one last time, I know my parents are excited. We always have this photo that we take every time, every fun event, and I know I'm so excited to play with her one last time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
Mhm.
you're also going to get to meet a lot of different new players that you
Yes.
probably haven't before with this format and system through the All-Star series. So is there anyone you're excited to meet, or just everyone in general for getting to meet some new players?
I'm just excited to meet all of the Class B players. I know my team, we tried to watch the state championship game, so I got to see a couple of the Class B girls that I'm getting to play with, but I'm just excited to be able to play with new people because I feel like with the EDC and the WDA, I know most of those girls and I've like played against them, but Class B, we don't really interact with whatever. So I'm excited to play with new girls.
Yeah, definitely. And then
Mhm.
to speak to the talent of this group that you're gonna be surrounded by, lots of first team, second team all-state players here at the Class A level, and then just top to bottom, how talented this group is.
Yeah, they are crazy. I know when I got to play against them, I had some nerves because they are just so good. Like, I'm excited to be able to play with them because playing against them is so exciting. So playing with them is just going to be another level. It's going to be
Hmm.
great.
And it should be both just a relaxed but also fun and competitive format, just with how this is set up. So, what are you looking forward to about the environment of this upcoming All-Star series?
I think everyone's just going to be excited because, from my understanding, not a lot of us are going to play college volleyball super competitively. So I think this is like one last hurrah all together. So I think it's going to be just good vibes, one last go together. It's the summer. It's going to be nice out. All of us are just going to be excited to be there, I think.
Definitely.
Mhm.
What is something that you've gained from the game of volleyball being around it for so long? Whether it's just a piece of advice from a coach or a mentor player throughout the years, what's something that has stuck with you?
I feel like I've gained a lot of like leadership qualities from this, and I feel like I've just become more outgoing in general. I remember when I first started volleyball, I was like really shy, really timid. I didn't really want to like go out and talk to people, or I never wanted to be in a leadership position. But since I've been playing volleyball for so long, I feel like I've gained confidence in myself and others. So I can talk to people, I can have good conversations, and we can get along really well and bond over volleyball. So I feel like I've just gained a lot of outgoing personality traits because of that.
Yeah, I've heard that from a couple different people. What do you think about the game of volleyball? The nature of the game brings that out in people.
I just feel like to be successful in volleyball, you have to be able to communicate and you have to be able to get along with the girls. So I feel like volleyball just kind of forces that out of you. And if you're not willing to do that, you won't have as much success. But like with my team, all of us have such outgoing personalities and we all get along so well. So I feel like that just helped us mesh and get closer together and have good success.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Is there a piece of advice that you would pass on to the players that are still going to be over at Cheyenne or just young volleyball players in general? What would you pass on to them as a word of advice?
I feel like I would just say have confidence, try new things. Because when I first started volleyball, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what position I wanted to play. I didn't know if I would even stick with volleyball. So I feel like you just have to be outgoing and try new things, try new positions, be willing to meet new people, make new friends.
Yeah, wonderful. Well said. Um, let's see. Did you have any pregame traditions or any superstitions? We've heard from a few other players on what this would be, but did you have anything specific that you would do each game?
Well, this isn't really necessarily pregame, but every game I always had my orange Gatorade with me. No matter what, I will always be drinking an orange Gatorade at every game. You will always see me. Sometimes at one game I couldn't find a big Gatorade, so I just bought a mini pack of 12 Gatorades and I drank all of them. Or sometimes I'll have these huge jugs of Gatorade. It just depends, but I will always have my orange Gatorade. And my team personally, before all the EDC and state volleyball games, we would come together and we'd sing the song Halo by Rihanna. And I feel like that just kind of like brought us together before the game, made us more calm, more comfortable together. And so that's what we did these past 3 years, I think now. So
Oh,
yeah.
very cool. Everyone knows orange Gatorade's got to be the best flavor out there.
Yes, of
So yeah,
course. Of
get the
course.
NIL sponsorship while you're at it. But
Yes.
uh, on that note, do you have any plans for this fall coming up? Whether it's a job, a university, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm going to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I'm going into accounting and business. And I will probably be playing on their club or intramural volleyball team, but not their big competitive one that everyone knows about.
Yeah, like that's a pretty prestigious program right there. So I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
what made Nebraska? What was the draw to it? What made it the right place for you?
Well, I Personally, sports culture. I feel like obviously I've played volleyball for so long, so I've been around sports. My family loves to watch sports all together, and Nebraska is obviously known for their volleyball team. So I'm really excited to be able to go watch them this fall. And they also have a very good culture around like their football team,
Mhm.
and I feel like that'll be really fun to be able to be a part of. And then basketball, I just like watching basketball personally, so I'm excited to go to those. But definitely their sports culture, but I also like that it's just like a college town. I feel like it's kind of close to like home, like NDSU. Like I feel like we're a big college town, so I feel like it feels familiar. And also the weather's a little bit better, so less blizzards, snow, all that. Try to get away from that.
Well said. I agree about the weather as well. So, well, thank you for taking some time to join us here, and we appreciate you stopping by. So, we're looking forward to seeing you back out on the court one last time.
Yes, looking forward to being there.
All right, that's Alexa Killoran from West Fargo, Cheyenne, joining us here on the Optimist Volleyball All-Star Preview Show.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.